President Vladimir Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said Russia's reason for breaking ties with Western countries, including the European Union, EU, and NATO. According to Dmitry Peskov, their actions in Eastern Europe forced Russia to launch a war in Ukraine. Russia also considers the West to be complicit in deception and refuses to treat the country as an equal partner. Moscow has tried everything over the years, but the Western collective is only interested in cooperation where they have to be at the top and Russia is at the bottom, Dmitry Peskov said in an interview with Serbian media ATV on Wednesday. Long before the Ukraine war, Moscow considered the West to have made a series of mistakes against Russia. These mistakes then prompted Russia to launch a military operation against Ukraine. Russia. West's mistake triggers the Ukrainian war, a series of moves and mistakes by the West, which practically sidelined normal cooperation and tried to impose its will on Russia, ultimately led to Putin's decision to launch the Ukraine operation, said Dmitry Peskov. Then, he said, the United States, US, the European Union, EU, and NATO were directly involved in the Ukraine war. According to Russia, the West is de facto involved on the side of Ukraine by supplying it with money, weapons, ammunition, and military equipment. Russia is too big a country to be treated as such, and too powerful a country to give up its position, the Kremlin spokesman said. It was the West that expanded NATO in 6 waves towards Russia's borders, he said. NATO expands territory in Eastern Europe. Dmitry Peskov says the West lied to Russia by promising it will not extend NATO territory an inch into Europe, East, which borders Russia. When evidence of those promises emerged, the West argued they had nothing in writing, said Dmitry Peskov. He also linked the issue to the coup in Ukraine in 2014. It was Western countries that organized the maiden coup in Ukraine in 2014, in the heart of Europe, explains Dmitry Peskov. They may have forgotten, so we keep reminding them, he continued. He pointed out the fact that U.S. diplomat Victoria Nuland distributed cakes to the Maidan protesters. Peskov also reminded how the governments of Germany, France, and Poland gave guarantees to President Yanukovych in Ukraine about the coup, then trampled on. The same states closed their eyes for 8 years, while the Kiev regime used tanks and artillery against its own people, says Dmitry Peskov. They summoned those who opposed the separatist coup and bombed and killed them. These same countries refused to say a word to condemn the Kiev regime, and then refused to talk to President Putin when he proposed an agreement on security guarantees for Russia, he told ATV. According to him, the role of the West in the coup made Ukraine more sympathetic to the West, which spread Russophobia, anti-Russia. With Ukraine being an anti-Russian state and seeking to join NATO, Russia is forced to defend its interests and the lives of the people of Donbass, said Dmitry Peskov.